highlights for him in last week's game. Nearly 500 yards through the air.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Golden. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Golden. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Golden. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Golden. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw again. A slant to Jones. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll look to throw again. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
And the Steelers set to take the field. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He's got this to Pickens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Golden. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun. Golden. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Steelers are back within a score. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football?
He had the touchdown run on the previous drive, his 5th on the year. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Golden on the slant. He'll get it to Jones. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down. Golden. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to...
And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 1st and 10, Golden. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Golden got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Golden looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. An inside give to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Golden over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Back to throw. Golden. Open man. That's the tight end Freiermuth. Touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision.
And now out come the Steelers. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. To throw on 2nd down. Golden. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. B.J. Hill picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Golden, the left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 3rd down, Golden. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because...
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Throwing on 1st down, Golden. Finds Pickens outright. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll go again to Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. The give is to Jones. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So decision time now. So now the Steelers down by a field goal. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. George Pickens, his intended receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Back to throw. And here's Freiermuth again. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
You have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down, and it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They go. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. On 1st and 10, Golden. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 22. So they come out throwing in the extra session and get a nice hookup right away.
Tells you a lot about what a coach feels about his team, doesn't it? That type of a play in overtime. So many people in this situation play not to lose instead of playing to win. That throw there tells you exactly what they're trying to get done.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped.
It's Week 8 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Steelers' leader at quarterback. He had the green light to sling it last week, over 450 yards passing. It's the...
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Golden. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. The Steelers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
The defensive coach is losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Looking to throw on second down. Golden to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. He's hoping for better luck here on drive number 2. Of course, the first drive, he threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. And now starting again here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw on second down. Golden. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Golden. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating from the gun. Golden. He gets this to the former Aztec, Kahale Waring. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st down, Golden. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Kahale Waring. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from... He threw the touchdown pass on that last drive, his 20th on the year. Throwing to start the drive. Golden being chased out left. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Golden. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Throwing on first down. Golden. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. Touchdown! Ronald Jones from 21 yards away. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play?
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. From the gun on 3rd down. Golden. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. Last play they got stuck at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10. Golden. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Golden. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Here's Jones. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll go with the keeper, and he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They'll try and sneak it here, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good